Evan Armour has a closer look at this living tribute to freedom.
The Virginia War Memorial in Richmond is a hybrid museum and memorial to honor those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice in serving our country.
With so many things happening in the world today, not only in recent history, but in general, it's important to have an institution dedicated to the memory of those that have died in service to our country and to veterans, because there's so many other things distracting people, whether it's work, whether it's other things to do with their daily lives, that if you don't have an organization or an institution like ours, people are prone to forget.
Dr. Clay Mountcastle has been director here for 4 years. He hopes this space inspires people to take a closer look.
Our hope is that when people come to the Virginia War Memorial and they see the names enshrined there, they realize that there's much more than just a name to be learned. There's a story, there's a life behind that name, there's reasons why those people were sent off to wars in foreign places and never made it home. And our hope is that people come away from their visit to the memorial wanting to know more about those names and telling other people about those names, and then really realizing that there's a conversation to be had about our history. And there's so much that goes into the wars that we fought and why we were there, that it takes a lot of in-depth learning and study and research to understand all the different complexities and reasons behind that.
Mountcastle says their education mission reaches beyond the memorial itself.
What we do is we help provide educators resources and materials by which they can carry the message to their students in the classroom. And that's a big plus for educators in the state of Virginia.
And the Virginia War Memorial is growing.
Well, we just completed a large expansion of the Virginia War Memorial. We added the C. Kenneth Wright Pavilion, which contains large lecture spaces, new exhibits, new galleries. It really makes us a first-rate, state-of-the-art museum facility, not only for the state of Virginia, but within the country. And we also expanded our Shrine of Memory to include the names of 175 Virginians that have died in the global war on terrorism. So that was a very desperately needed expansion for us. And we completed expansion and cut the ribbon, and 2 weeks later had to close our doors because of all the restrictions happening currently. But we are definitely looking forward to that day when we can open our doors again and welcome visitors back to the War Memorial.
And Mountcastle says that's important because this space truly is a living tribute to freedom that means so much to so many people.
That's one of the greatest things about the War Memorial, is that it becomes a bit of a meeting space for people and a place where people can gather and discuss all those important things in their lives, their memories of whether it was a grandfather, a mother, a brother, a sister, themselves that served, and then somebody perhaps who they lost along the way. It's an enriching environment. We're starting to see it as a bit of a cultural center in Virginia, because service in of itself is a bit of a culture, and dedication to the nation is a bit of a culture. And so we're starting to see that the Virginia War Memorial is a place where people come to either be reminded of why the idea of service is so important. They want to feel patriotic. They want to feel proud about what they have done or their family members have done for this country. And so it's a wonderful benefit for us at the memorial to meet all these people that come and are willing to share their stories, or willing to talk about things, because ultimately, without those human interactions, it's just a beautiful facility, but it's those human interactions that really give it its soul.
Evan Armour, Virginia This Morning.